Welcome back, everybody, to the Push and the Pace podcast. I am your host, as always, Elias, with my co-host Samuel. Today, we are back. The conference finals are set. There are 4 teams left to talk about. The second round is complete. The first round is long gone. It's only been 2 weeks since the last podcast, but we are here to talk about the Final Four. Sam, how are you feeling about these playoffs so far? The second round, honestly, second round wasn't as good as the first round. The first round was some generational stuff with multiple 3-1 comebacks and all that. We got 2 sweeps pretty much in this second round, but man, Cavs Pistons was interesting in a good and bad way, and then Wolves put up a fight. But how are you feeling going into this conference finals?
The conference finals, I think for the West, this was kind of expected and all. In a way, like this were like the 2 we thought were going to be here as the season went along.
Mhm.
And for the East, these were the 2 that we said they better be here.
Yeah. It's very interesting because I remember multiple times both you and I were like, what their expectation for the Knicks and Cavaliers is to make the finals, not even conference finals.
One of them is going to fail in their goal.
Yeah, here they are. We can just jump right into this series, but
yes.
The Knicks, Cavaliers are both in a place in their team where they have been building towards this expectation of going to the finals and making a real run. And here they are now. I believe both of us think that the Knicks are a bit better, but let's talk about the Pistons Cavaliers series because that one went to Game 7 yesterday. Unfortunately, Game 7 was a dud
Game 7 are no longer good, bro. I don't know what happened, bro. The past few years, we've just been having blowout Game 7s. When was the last great?
The 76ers Celtics Game 7 in round 1 was good. That was a close game. It was a close game the whole time. That one was a fun one. But then we had
the Nuggets Clippers last year, I believe, that went to Game 7.
That went to Game 7.
So that was a blowout in the Game 7. Sorry.
Yeah, that was a blowout. Raptors Cavs this year was a good halftime, and then a third quarter was a blowout. Magic Pistons was also mid because the Pistons could not score. But Game 7s, hopefully we get at least one more good one in the Spurs OKC series. But to talk about this Game 7, I'm impressed by the Cavaliers because after Game 6, I thought that was their chance. I thought Game 6 was their Game 7 because you're up 3-2 at home and you have the performance that you have where I was really harsh on Donovan Mitchell. I talked about it in my video. We talked about on the podcast, the most pressure. I believe Donovan Mitchell had the most pressure going in these playoffs, and he was kind of just middling, he had a really good half in one game, but other than that, it hasn't been very impressive. His assists were the biggest talking point because he averaged 2.9 assists. And in that Game 6, he went I remember I wrote down, he went 2 of 11 in the second half when you have to win at home. When you're up 3-2, you just won 3 in a row. That was a disappointing Game 6. Pistons showed out. But Game 7, Donovan Mitchell, I got to give my hats off to him because he had, 8 assists and no turnovers?
Half, I think, or 6 in the first half, I think.
He had 5 or 6 assists in the first half, and the first 2 buckets were just interior passes to Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, and that's when I was like, okay, Donovan Mitchell knows what he has to do, because in this series, it felt pretty predictable. When he has the ball, he's going to go try and score, and he's not going to look to pass, and that really limited their offense. But I thought in Game 7, he really showed out.
Yeah, for me, Bodman gets paid. Bodman gets paid is pretty much at the start of the game. Stan Van Gundy was just saying it, all the loose balls, all the offensive rebounds were going to the Cavaliers. They were Evan Mobley, Jared Allen had it's so funny. I saw a tweet today that said Duran is the new the light god too, right? When we remember years ago, Jared Allen said that, and now you're having Jared Allen pretty much kill some of those ghosts that he had when they faced the Knicks. And it was just Mobley. For me, I think I was just more impressive with Mobley and Allen, where they had to. The playoffs, as we say, it's about being or not,
Yeah.
It's either you're that or you're not that, you know. And they trench work, man. Trench
Hmm.
work wins in the playoffs. Like especially your C's, your centers, your big guys, they gotta go in the trenches. And a guy on the other end was not ready to go into the trenches, was not giving the other team anything. And I think Mitchell had a good passing game and
Yeah.
was passing the ball around. Um, Again, every game 7 is which role player is going to come go out of their mind. And it was Sam Merrill, who is
Bro,
really, really
Sam
good.
Merrill. Yeah, bro. Sam Merrill outscored Tobias Harris, Asar Thompson, and Jalen Duren together in one game. When he
And
had
that's
that 4-point play, that three,
bro, I knew that
I
was
was
it.
like,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah,
I
the
was
game's
like,
over.
yeah, you can't
You
win
can't
this
come back from
game.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so on the Cavs end, man, I think they all showed up except from one particular guy. We don't have to talk about him, but he's
Yep.
a tiger. A tiger doesn't change their stripes, unfortunately. But the good thing was they were able to survive a stinker from that guy.
Yeah.
They were able, because
I will say,
typically,
like, yeah, James Harden didn't play well. What, he had like 8 points. He was 2 of 10 shooting. He had like one turnover, which was a big thing. He had 6 assists to one turnover because his turnovers in this series were pretty bad. He had some pretty high ones in this series. So
yeah,
the fact that he kept that down was a good positive, and Donovan Mitchell stepped up in that end.
yeah. So
Yeah,
I think it was a very good collective win by the Cavs and all, and like just they were impressive. Pistons not so much. In terms of, I think you could see they lost their head early in that game and we're just going out of body. Cade has to work on his turnovers. Like the turnovers at this
yeah,
point are just like some of the
yeah,
turnovers are like I don't know what is wrong with you, bro. Like maybe it also comes to the fact that this postseason, I'm seeing them. Sorry, this off season, I'm seeing them talk about McKinnon, Trey Murphy. I don't think that's the signing they need to make. The
yeah,
signing
yeah.
they need to make is what the Mavs did for Luker, having a second ball handler, offensive
Absolutely,
ball handler. I'm not saying
absolutely.
don't get Trey, if you can get Trey Murphy or McKinnon, good. But I
Yeah.
feel priority numero uno in terms of priorities is having a flat out break the defense, can handle the ball, second person on that in that backcourt with Trey and
Hmm.
all. And that is because oh sorry, which I said Trey with Cade, because a lot of that could just point to the fact that you've played how many games the
14,
whole season?
14 games,
No, no,
two
no,
game
not
seven
14.
series.
Not 14. Like
Well,
almost
the whole
80 games.
season.
80
Yeah,
games of being
yeah. Dribble,
the the
dribble,
the,
dribble. Every
the
single
few
possession
the
is on your
few
shoulders.
the few guys that have been able to do it, the Hardens, the Lucas, the LeBrons,
Hmm.
these guys are able to do it and still be on it. But we've seen those guys too always have high turnovers, right? High
Yeah,
turnovers, but it's the like one of the things that has been special is just seeing LeBron used to do those playoffs run where he controls the whole game. Like ball, like I'm going to pound this ball and get what we want to get and all.
yeah,
And that is mentally tasking, extremely mentally tasking. And that's why this year, I believe the off season, they're going to go look for a second guy to handle the ball. It shouldn't be this should be a starter
yeah.
that is a 20
Absolutely.
points, 20-point game that makes the defense want to take some sort of attention and ball handling and usage of Cade. But um again, I think this guy is an all-time defensive talent in Osa Thompson. He's a better defender than Amen. Like I've been saying
Yeah,
this,
yeah. I
I'm saying
think,
this.
yeah, bro, Asar, I said in my video, like, Asar is a one of one defensive talent other than his twin, but even then, he's better than a man
He's
on
better
defense.
than
Like, he
he's
is,
better than Amen
like,
in
I
defense.
saw, I saw
I like
Kenny Atkinson talk about in the post game that they were like, whenever Asar had the ball on his side or whatever, they were passing the ball to the other side of the court because they didn't
yeah,
want to deal with him. Like, he
because
is a
he is
game
a
breaking defensive
ground
talent.
break game. He's on
Yeah.
the ilk of Draymond Green. He's on the ilk of like this dude is a game breaker
Yeah,
defensively.
absolutely. I think it said that he had 25 steals and 25
Mm, mm,
blocks
mm,
total.
mm. Either
And
way, I just know he matched a two-time defensive player of the year in Ben Wallace. right? I think Ben
Yeah,
Wallace
yeah,
won.
yeah, yeah. Ben Wallace also had this.
Whatever he had this playoffs, the first person before also was Ben Wallace, and
I think, yeah, I think so. In terms of
that tells
steals
you
and blocks,
that
yeah.
tells you everything, bro. He's getting blocks like he's a freaking center. Like
Bro,
he is,
that volleyball block, the two hands up. He had one
dude,
yesterday when
dude,
Jared Allen had a wide open dunk and he was behind him and slapped the ball out of his hands
bro,
behind Jared
bro,
Allen. Like this guy is ridiculous.
dude is incredible for the Pistons. Except if you guys are stupid, you should be prioritizing one guy over the other guy that you have to pay this year. Obviously, offensively, he has to work
Yeah,
on things
that's my
and
big thing,
all.
bro.
The big thing is
He
the
can't
big.
score. It's
He,
so unfortunate because I saw somebody say like with Kenny Atkinson say like you when you have the ball on when the star is on one side of the court, you pass the ball to the other side. That's the same thing on offense. Like he is wide open on so many possessions. He was wide open from three every single day of the week. And
there was a time where he got on a transition break where he stole the ball. And I'm like, also just go to the rim. Just
yeah,
like go to the rim. Like,
yeah, he has trouble finishing too. Like there's like I remember there
yeah,
was one possession yesterday where he like had a pretty wide open, not wide open, but he had a layup at the rim. He missed it. He got his own, he got his own miss, which is impressive. But it's like a lot of his baskets are getting his own misses off the initial,
yeah,
and it's like, man, if he is just like 15-20% better at just finishing and
he needs
like
to he needs to go get a move. Like go get something that
yeah, like
this
that's
offseason.
really unfortunate because he is, like we're saying, this incredible defensive talent. Like there is not a lot of people in the NBA that can replicate what he
I'm sorry,
does.
he's on the ilk of what Kawhi was coming in. That's remember the LeBron meme, like fuck that guy. Like he is that kind of defender. Like he
Hmm.
is absolutely rap like he's a monster and all.
Yeah.
So he needs to go figure out offensively. It's his second year, right? This is his second year. So bro,
No, I think this is going into his fourth year. Next year is his fourth year
yeah,
because
bro.
they're already eligible for a contract extension,
Yeah,
which is very interesting.
next year it's not gonna be like, bro, we can't keep cuddling that, bro. You gotta have some sort of like at least
Yeah.
finish at the rim. Like you are so athletic and so gifted and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah,
Absolutely.
that's on Oscar. But yeah, I think collectively great performance by the Cavs and all, and I think that's really brought them home and all.
Hmm.
And yeah, we'll see where the chips lie for the Knicks versus Cavs series.
Yeah. I'll just mention a bit more on the Pistons. I mean, obviously, I totally agree with you. They need a second ball handler. Like we said at the trade deadline, like, they could get Trey Murphy or like Michael Porter Jr. Like the level of shooting that those guys would bring would be immensely helpful for this team. But I totally agree with you. Dennis Jenkins as your second ball handler, like, bro, he's been a revelation. He's been having a great season, great breakout for them, but
Yeah.
it's just too much to put on his shoulders. They need a second ball handler. Overall, like a successful season for the Pistons. I look back at my preseason like ranking of the teams. I didn't even have them in top six.
I thought they were
I
worse.
Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure you went under on their over under.
Uh-huh.
I don't think I went over on it either, and they went 60 games. Obviously, we can all tell that it was a bit, you know, a bit too many wins to represent their real value as a team, like going to two game sevens, going down 3-1 against the Magic.
Yeah.
Um, like they just don't have the offensive talent to hang. And then you look in these playoffs, a guy like Isaiah Stewart barely got any run. Ron
Which I
Holland,
was surprised about. Like the like one of the things that helps them the whole season was just having this physical aggressive throughout the whole game kind
yeah,
of style.
but
And I was
like
like,
scoring, they just needed something else. Like B-ball Paul Reed, uh,
I like Paul Reed,
this guy is
man.
crazy, bro. He
I
every
like
single
Paul
time he
Reed,
came in,
man.
he was just like, "Give me the ball in the post. I will
No
put a
one
move on Mobley or Allen and score on these guys."
forget his bad performance in Jalen Duren. It's a different thing when the team has your rights and all, and you're going into a contract negotiation, and there's no one on the roster, there's no one on the team and all. No one lost Jalen Duren more money than Paul Reed because,
Yeah,
bruh,
Paul Reed just showed out like, "Hey, I can do whatever you wanted Jalen Duren to do, I can do it much better and more consistently. Um,
Facts.
but yeah, and then Ron Holland barely got any play. So I think that some of these defensive guys, they can maybe like switch out for some offensive pieces for sure.
Yeah.
And then obviously Duran is the big piece. I'm very interested to see what contract he gets.
Bro,
As we all know, he's lost the most money out of everybody in this postseason.
bro,
They
man.
showed like the biggest regular season to playoff drop. He's only second to Wilt Chamberlain, but Wilt had 50 in the regular season, and then he had 35 in the postseason. Like Duran went from a solid 20 and 10
19,
to
19 to
10 and
10.
yeah, 10 and
And I
8.
don't remember, I legit don't remember 5 buckets Jalen Duren scored that whole play, that series, bro. 5.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember I
He had
told
a
you,
good
bro,
game 6. He had a good game 6 where he was like 7 of 10 shooting, 15 and 11, but that was his best game. He
they
didn't have
were
a single
going
20
to
point game.
they were always going to take away the lobs. They were going to take like the teams are going to always take away something, right? Sorry about that. I'm trying to get my Zoom well. They're going to always like a team is always going to take away something, and when that player they take away something, you think about the player, and the player has no sort of like where is he going? Like what are the moves? Like he's not a post up player, even though he was playing
Yeah.
some post up game, and I was like, it's not something that's he's 6'9", and again the players always show players that play bigger than their size. The players almost always show that they're actually this
Bro,
size.
Max Strus is a better rebounder than damn Jalen Duren. Like Max
Bro,
Strus
man,
was jumping off for
trench,
offensive
bro,
rebounds.
you
Like,
gotta be a trench walker, man. That's why I can never give up on someone like Derek Lively, bro. Derek Lively, trench walker for
mhm,
days. I'm going to give you if I give like bro, we've seen Mitchell Robinson have 0 points and 17 rebounds. 17 rebounds is going to win you games in the playoffs, bro.
yeah,
Like you need
absolutely.
your center has to like no more like these centers now. Like I think we're even falling those centers that we have good touch, they have good scoring, but they have no sort of tangibles in terms of those like dirty starts play and everything. You just be like you start realizing that playoffs always expose those kind of guys. Imagine into the you know what he played against Mobley. Imagine he played against Mitchell or
Yeah.
Mitchell Robinson. He's
Bro,
gonna
I
get
mean, he played against Wendell Carter Jr. and he was
and go
having a
to
rough time.
rough time. So
Yeah.
yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, very interesting to see what Jalen Duren gets. This team, Pistons, obviously had a great season, exceeded a lot of people's expectations. But at the end of the day, you punted when it came to the trade deadline. You didn't make any significant moves, and I mean, I don't hate it because it's hard to make an in-season move that can really make a huge difference. Like what we're saying, this like ball handler that can score and handle the ball and take load off of Cade. How is that available during the middle of the season?
Yeah.
This summer they got some work to do, but shout out
It
to the
shouldn't,
Cavs
it shouldn't be
because
actually it shouldn't be that difficult in my opinion. Kind
I
of
mean,
yeah.
I mean, I mean, yeah, we all know what they need. It's just like whether they're able to get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Cavaliers, Knicks, next round. The Cavaliers, they have been this very inconsistent team in the playoffs, but I mean, game 7, game 5, winning in Detroit, 2-2. That was impressive. Like their offensive ceiling, they always had the talent to like blow these guys out. Like the fact that they went to 7 with the Raptors and the Pistons just shows this like lack of not discipline, but just like consistent like greatness throughout an entire game. Like they
Yeah.
went down 2-0 to these Pistons. Now against these Knicks, I know we're both feeling like, hey man, these Knicks are an offensive buzzsaw, bro. Like they went through the Sixers like it was nothing. Like just
I
I
don't
don't
even
even have
think
anything to say about that series that happened between
I
them. Like
that series happened in a blur for me. Like I don't even remember that series in my head right now. But
yeah,
I just don't think the Cavs are that good. I know they have this setup and all, but I just don't think the Cavs are not just finals worthy for me as of now. Like
yeah,
I just feel the Knicks will handle them.
yeah.
As I said, Knicks in 2 in a way. Like I think we're going to watch this series, and I just don't see where the answers are for, except if Allen and Mobley I'm not even focused on Mitchell. Like, except if Allen and Mobley pose something that we don't expect.
Yeah,
That
I
is my
think
that is my that is my like one black card, like one card that I'm like, I want to see if that happens. Like, what do
mhm.
Allen and Mobley present to the Knicks and all? Because that will be very important. Because I feel someone like OG is going to take out one of those guys out and
Yeah,
all.
who is gonna guard an OG on the Cavaliers? Like Dean
Mm,
Wade, like
yeah,
Max Strus, like he is
yeah.
way too big, way too strong.
So
Like
Cat
they're gonna
Cat
have
Cat Cat has had this rejuvenation in the playoffs where he's become the person handling the ball, having the ball in the post, passing so well and all.
yeah,
I remember
yeah,
when he used to be like a turnover. He used to be a turnover, like just a turnover, like so irritating with his
yeah,
turnovers and all. But now he's become this like hub offensively
yeah.
for them
This
and all.
playmaking hub for them for sure.
Yeah, and all.
I yeah,
So I'm very impressed with like what the Knicks, like how they
yeah,
just were improving within the playoffs and all.
yeah,
And
definitely.
I think I'm sorry, I just don't think the Cavs have. I think Knicks in two. Like I think the first two games are gonna happen, and we'll just be like, yeah, maybe Cavs get one at home on all. Okay, yeah, I think Cavs are away for the first two games.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Knicks have home court advantage.
yeah, so
I
yeah,
I would be shocked if the Knicks lose one of the first two games. I mean, the only way I can see it is like
I think Cavs.
maybe just a bit of rust because they haven't played in a week and the
Yeah,
Cavs have been playing in the mode of playing. So I could see like maybe they start off slow in game one, but even then I think the Knicks should handle business in the first two games at home. I think Cat with this playmaking hub is going to be a real challenge for them. Like they're going to
yeah,
pull out Mobley and Allen,
yep,
and then like Brunson's going to be able to get to the rim a lot better. I think OG is going to be a big factor in this series.
yeah.
Obviously, how he's been able to
Who's
rest
got
his hamstring and
who's
all that.
who's guarding who's guarding Brunson? Like I think by the end of the
Yeah,
first two games, we're just going to have a clear indication that the Knicks are head and shoulders above them.
yeah.
And I would say in five, like in five at most. And the only thing I'm waiting to see is if this is a rejuvenated Mobley and Allen and what they are going to present and all. Because Mobley, I think Mobley, he was looking like a disaster class after the first two games, but he picked up the slack
Yeah,
and
he's been very solid, hitting his threes, playmaking, doing passes inside to Allen.
yeah,
Like I think
yeah,
if the Cavs have any chance to win this series, Mobley would have to take just a level up in
yes,
terms of his production all around, which maybe is possible, but I don't see it. I agree. I want to say like Knicks and six to respect the Cavs like offensive ceiling, but like they've just been so up and down. 2 7 round series in a row. Like they have quarters where they're good, and then they have quarters where it's just like, oh my god,
yeah.
what's going
The
on here?
Knicks offense is much like Knicks know where they're going on offense. Knicks compared to Raptors, compared to the Pistons. I'm sorry,
Yeah, the Knicks are a
the
level up
Knicks are
offensively on both of
offensively
those
way
teams.
above these teams and
Yeah.
all. And if they were having trouble with those guys, sorry, good luck.
Yeah, no,
Good
that's a
luck on
very
this
good
one.
point, very good point, and the Knicks, like, they need to win this. This is the best chance they'll ever
Best
have in
chance you
making the
ever have.
finals, and, Cavaliers, good job you finally made it, bro.
And
But yeah,
I'm not lying, man. We might be seeing a Knicks potential championship. Because if the Spurs beat OKC, we're going to go to that series.
yeah.
Charles Barkley mentioned this. The Knicks is the one team because this is not the Knicks being better than Spurs. It's the Knicks having one thing that can completely flip anything that helps the Spurs. Is Cat would just be a stretch five that whole series. And
I
I'm
suppose,
sorry.
yeah, and it's like because how teams have been playing Wemby is you put Wemby on defense against your worst shooter, so then that guy stays in the corner. Wemby can roam or whatever. But like thinking of the Knicks, like Brunson,
Mm-hmm.
Mikal, OG, Cat, who else is starting for them?
Yeah.
Um, like Miles McBride, like they got shooters all around. So I think that's going to be that could be a real challenge
That
for
no,
them.
I think the Knicks beat the Spurs in the NBA Cup final, right?
Yeah,
So,
and I think like Mitchell Robinson would be huge in that series as well because
bro, yes,
obviously like he's not as big, but he's huge and he can rebound like crazy. I think that would
one
be
of the greatest offensive rebounders we've seen, and all. So, yeah, like
yeah
I think I've been thinking about it. I'm like, we might be seeing a path for a Knicks championship here, like real championship. If they
yeah
face
yeah.
if they face OKC, I see it. But if they face the Spurs, I think they get the Spurs. Well, we can
Yeah.
talk about
Yeah, yeah.
this thing.
Yeah, I don't wanna say that the Western Conference Finals is gonna be the finals because I do respect the Knicks like that, but
Yeah.
man, we'll move to this series, OKC and Spurs.
Woo!
Starting tonight, bro, this is gonna be I need 7 games of this. I need multiple overtimes of this. This is gonna be such a fun series. Obviously, like, 2 incredibly young teams, but the first 60 team versus 60 team series since, like, I believe they said sometime in 2018 or something like that, where
Kawhi versus Warriors. Oh, Spurs versus Warriors.
yeah, something like that. Like, it's been a
Spurs
while
versus
since there've
Warriors.
been
I think
2 60-win teams facing
that's
each other.
Spurs team won 67 games, I believe, and the Warriors won 60 something too, more than them.
Yeah, I think that's correct. But yeah, it's been a while since we've seen teams this good face off against each other. I mean, I don't even know where you want to start. Like just the defense that the OKC or Thunder are gonna throw at Wembenyama. We'll give you Chet. We'll give you Hartenstein. Throw Caruso on him. Throw Jalen Williams on him. Like just have Casey Wallace, digging the ball at him and whatnot. Like obviously in the regular season, we saw that this Thunder team struggled with the Spurs. Like they lost majority of the games. They only won one game against them.
Yeah.
um, but I just think that OKC is on another level, bro. Like they swept 2 sweeps in a row. You can say Blazers, Lakers, they're not that good. 2 sweeps in a row is difficult. That's not been done by a lot of teams. They showed like how many teams have been perfect so far in the history, and like there's not a lot of teams that go 8-0 in the first 2 rounds, and like Shea and Castle is going to be very fun defensive matchup. Yeah, how are you feeling on this series? Because
I, I
there's a lot.
I think the one thing that's for me the Spurs have OKC is a juggernaut defensively, but I just don't think the Spurs are so far ahead. And one
Mm,
of the things that I've always run in OKC's favor is this gap in our minds on the stat sheet defensively compared to other teams they face.
yeah,
Like they're always far and above the better defensive team than this team. I just don't think they are far and above the better defensive team than Spurs.
no, definitely not. This
I
is a
don't.
very tight
And that
matchup.
is why, for me, that was going to expose the thing I always call the OKC Thunder as a fake shooting team. They're going to
Hmm.
have to hit perimeter shots from the 3-point line, and they're going to face a team that time for large majority of the point of the game, they don't need to double Shea. They don't need to double Shea.
Yeah,
Watch the Lakers series. Watch so many parts of those series, especially game 4 and couple games and all, especially game 4. I kept tweeting it. I was like, die with Shea killing you. He can kill you, but
yeah,
die with it. And what happened? OKC players, even I will even say Jalen Williams itself, are not refined take on one players yet. None of them give me a lot of confidence. Jalen Williams is their best guy.
yeah.
Their
And he's
best
coming off
guy.
injury,
Yes,
so
right?
there's
He's
that.
their best guy. And my thinking is if you're the Spurs, just live with Stefan Castle hounding this guy. Live with Dylan Harper hounding this guy. Live with what's his name? What's the Vassell taking some time. Vassell is not as good a defender as those two guys,
Yeah,
but taking the time with him, Shea is going to score. Shea is going to be great. Whatever. The one thing you don't want to do is make these other dudes beat you on three or beat you off the dribble and keep it consistent. And the Lakers, with a worse defensive team, worse structure, with missing their best players, we saw what they did with that. Spurs are a good shooting team. Spurs are a good defensive team. Spurs are a good offensive team. I genuinely feel that for me, that's game four and different pieces and chunks of the game of the series between Lakers and OKC was a very strange sweep. Even though obviously we kind of knew that OKC at some point was going to turn it up and the Lakers could not score and all.
Yeah.
But like the Spurs don't have that issue. The Spurs are not going to have and even if they have significant issues, they have the defense to hold water and all, right? So I genuinely see a route where, okay, my thing is we're going to see a game plan by the Spurs where they leave with saying, you guys beat us off the dribble. Chet, Hattenstein,
Yeah,
Ludor,
how are you guys gonna be able to like create
Casson
baskets
Williams.
against Wemby? You know,
Yeah, no,
like
Casson Williams. All you guys try to beat our guys off the dribble on the floor. Try to beat the one person that they may try to target, and I think the best target would be maybe De'Aaron Fox and all. But yeah, that's probably one target they would have. But I genuinely see a 7-gamer in this series, and I genuinely like the Lakers game gave me confidence about how I feel about OKC. It's like, yeah, you can be in a flawed team against them. You have nowhere to go. But the Spurs don't have too many flaws. The Spurs don't have too many flaws. They can match them defensively. They can match them offensively. And the only case is going to be, I think the person that has to answer the bell, because I know Shea is going to come up great and all, and he's going to have, he might not shoot well and all, but we know, like, hey, you got to let the cannons fly in the playoffs.
he's gonna,
The one guy is Chet. Bro, you know what's
Yep.
coming for you. You know what's coming for you, because for me, Wemby is in his head. Wemby is in his head, and Wemby has no respect for you, and absolutely no respect for you.
Yeah, Wemby really likes playing against Chet. He makes it very clear that he likes playing against Chet.
So you gotta match that. You gotta match. You gotta absolutely match and come with that like level of competitive fire and everything, because within series I've seen Chet. It's not like loud. It's not loud. It happened around the Pacers series. It happened. What did they play in the Western Conference Finals last year?
The Wolves.
No, they dispatched the Wolves.
Well, yeah, in the Western Conference Finals they played the Wolves.
Sorry,
they played the Nuggets before then.
They played the Nuggets. Sorry.
Yeah.
Chet, it's not, no one has seen it yet, but Chet he can lose confidence in his shots. He can lose confidence in like, there are few things that he's not yet clean and all. And if a guy has made it clear that he has no respect for you, you better match that, because he's coming for you and all. So I genuinely see the Spurs, while I see OKC as a machine, OKC's machinery is off one Shea. That's a major part of Shea. But a lot of their defensive greatness is off the mistakes you make as a team. Turnovers, or live ball turnovers, all those type of things.
The ball pressure that they can put is insane.
The ball pressure they put on you. So my question is, if the series starts now, hey, and the Spurs are throwing the ball everywhere, it's going to be a short series. I'm not even going to disagree with that, because that is what sparks their offense. That's what gets Kessin Wallace open. That's what gets Caruso open. But make these dudes score half-court 3-point shots where we are 1v1 against them. They are still an extremely, in my opinion, bad offensive hub in terms of half-court offense.
Yeah, I think Jalen Williams for me is the biggest X factor for this. Coming off injury, there is nobody on the Spurs that can really guard him, like body-wise. Like he is bigger, stronger.
The Spurs have small and big players. They don't have.
Yeah, they have Wemby, and then everybody else is like pretty short, like an NBA size. But like there's nobody that can really match up to Jalen Williams, and I think that this is a series where he really has to go crazy and just score in the mid range. He's gonna have to score from three. I agree with you. That's an interesting point because if the OKC other guys like Caruso, Wallace, Dort, these guys don't hit their threes, I don't trust them, like you said, to dribble drive to the paint where there's Wembanyama. They're gonna dribble back at like pass the ball out. So their 3-point shooting is gonna be a big X factor. I think Jared McCain, if he could come in and give you some big moments, just big threes, that would be really
Yeah.
huge for them. But this series starts for sure with Shea and how he's going to be guarded by Castle. Castle's going to be all over him. Um,
And I
the
want to say
if
something. I want to say something about Castle.
mhm.
Him and Dylan Harper are probably some of the strongest guards I've seen, and it makes no sense because they're in their third year. He's in third year, and Harper is a rookie. Like
Yeah,
he's strong. Like
yo,
bro,
Harper is nuts getting to the rim, bro. Like he
I saw a
yeah,
video
his
today where he
finishing
said
is so good.
I saw a video where he said his mom told him not to shoot jumpers. And that's why he learned how to be very crafty around the rim and stuff like that.
Mm.
He just has every sort of thing. But for me, it's like their physical strength. Like
Mhm.
Stephen Castle be like he's an aggressive
No,
like
Stephon
punch.
Castle has the one move that people always say. He got the halfback drive, which is like in football, you go straight down the middle, straight
Yeah,
through bodies. Like
bro,
he
he
will put
be
your shoulder
dropping,
into
he be
guys.
he be pushing guys back.
Yeah,
Like,
but
I'm
I
like,
think OKC can match that.
oh, OKC can oh yeah. I don't
OKC
think
can match
I
that. I
don't think
think that's going to be
I
a
think I
challenge
don't
for
think
Castle.
I don't think Castle is having a great offensive series. I just don't see that. Where he's
Yeah,
going to win, if they potentially win this series, is going to be on the defensive end and
yeah,
all.
he's going to
And
have
just
to somehow shut down Shea or just like limit him.
limit, like let us have confidence. I can always feel that one of the things that, like when you allow teams to get you in rotation, it's like the Lakers, right? I remember like saying it in that, so I was like, you guys are already a bad defensive team. It's not like you have a good setup in place for you to be rotate, miss, double, run, cover.
Yeah,
OKC can do that.
yeah, OKC can
OKC can
really
do
do
that.
that.
They
Yeah,
have the defenders to do that. They can survive
absolutely.
rotations and all, but it seems like you can't. So why not just let us stick to our man? Because you're giving Castle Wallace open threes, you're giving Caruso open threes, you're giving Dort open threes, you're giving Chet open threes. It's not going to work. And if you watch from the second quarter to the end of that game, JJ Redick was like, Shea, we're sticking with you. We're sticking with you. We're just going to leave with that. And you
Yeah.
could start seeing when the ball got to the other guys, they didn't have
What are
the
they going to
answers.
do?
What are you gonna
Yeah,
do? And that,
yeah,
like, I'm so frustrated when teams just don't do that. Like, Shea wants to score 40, go ahead. Like,
yeah.
you're that
It's a
great.
team sport at the end of the day. Like your
But
other
us
guys need to
making,
score.
like, and because again, one of the things that was very pertinent is you're doubling Shea, and the craft and makeup of OKC is have. I don't know if you've noticed it. Or Hartenstein skips into the middle, gets the
Yeah,
ball. Chet on the backside runs from the corner. Love. They just, it's
yeah. They
easy.
can spam that play.
They can
It's very
spam
easy
it.
for them.
It's easy basketball. It's extremely, that play is high efficiency basketball in terms of
For
80% of the
sure.
time they're just gonna get a bucket on that.
Hartenstein is so important to their team. Like
Yeah.
he is
So
hugely important.
why will I even, when you see offensively challenged players, keep them in the lane where they're going to be offensively challenged? And that's why for me is, if I see that series when we start watching by tomorrow, right? Is it tomorrow that starts?
Tonight.
Tonight.
They
Oh,
play
sorry.
tonight.
Oh my goodness. I
Yeah,
thought, oh, Cavs are this thing. If I see
yeah.
the series from tonight and I'm seeing you guys double Shea, I'm seeing you guys, I'm like, okay, bro, whatever, man.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like I'm a very, in certain situations, I love the double team against players. Jason Tatum used to be a great double team player against years ago because he didn't processing,
Yeah. Yeah.
decision making.
Random double teams that can like
Yeah,
mess up your rhythm and you don't
yes,
expect and all that.
yeah.
If you're saying that if they double team Shea, they're giving them an out for all the
They're
other
giving,
guys to have like a
yes,
4 on
yes,
3 situation,
exactly.
which I agree. I to piggyback off that, I think the same thing for OKC. If they double Wemby, like they might have to, but I feel like they really shouldn't because he is so trusting of his teammates. I saw a really nice TikTok by Jeremy Lin where he talked about Game 6, Spurs and Wolves, where he showed so many plays where he said that the biggest thing in that game was trust. That every single time the Wolves showed even two to anybody, to Castle or to Wemby for even a second, like coming off transition, they showed two guys to Wemby. As soon as he got the ball, immediately passed it to the open man. Like they are so trusting in each other to make the next
Wemby
play
make
and to
Wemby
not
makes all
hold
this.
the ball when you get doubled.
Wemby
Um,
makes so many touch passes where the ball
yeah,
just flows and the double team is about you just tap. He
Yeah.
doesn't
Did
even
you see
catch
that
it.
one where he had like a move like right near the basket where he had like Rudy Gobert on him and he did like two different moves and then he just passed it right underneath to like Julian Champagne or something?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Like the willingness to pass is a huge thing for Wembanyama like at his size.
yeah.
So I think it's going to be a huge matchup to see like who can you put on him and can you keep
And
it
that's why
like a
for me,
one-on-one
and
coverage.
that's why for me, Chet has to take that challenge, bro.
Yeah, Chet is going to be huge, but
A
even so, I
guy,
think like Caruso, like obviously these short guys can kind of do what they did to Jokic, where they just really try to mess up and like try to pick up the ball and all that
yeah.
stuff. But I think Wemby has the height, obviously, and like I mean he's
I think
just so tall.
Wemby this series has to leave in the deck zone.
Hmm.
What are they
What do
going
you
to
mean
do
by that?
in the deck zone? Shoots deck
Oh,
on Nowitzki, Dirk Nowitzki.
oh yeah. True.
Leave,
Like
what
his release point is higher than
what are
anybody
they
can
going to
reach.
do? What are they
Yeah,
going to do? Like, what are they going to do? Like, I think that there needs to be that focus of just like a lot of mid-range jumpers. Once you get the ball, face up over them, over them. He has
hmm
to do a lot of that this series because at the end of the day, Chet and Hatterson are good rim protectors. So
yeah.
that's going to be some sort of deterrent and all. But Chet has to, the opposite goes the same way. If I'm McDagno, I'm like, bro, this guy doesn't respect you, bro. Take it. Like,
Gotta light a fire underneath
light
them
a
to
fire.
really
He
like,
doesn't take
you know,
him.
yeah,
No one on our team has the frame. No one on our team is best equipped. And I'll take him because
yeah.
I think he roast Wemby. Attenstein is not going to be able to deal with Wemby. I just don't see that. The
I'll
big
be interested to see like OKC running double bigs against Wembanyama. I think that could be a viable strategy, just like because that would just give you the bodies that you need to
we might
really
see
like put,
we might also see Le Cornet with Wemby, which man I really like
that
Le
would be
Cornet,
that,
man.
bro. If we got double bigs on both sides, that's gonna be very interesting.
I
Yeah,
I really like Luke Cornett. Like genuinely one of the best backup bigs in the league and all.
yeah, yeah,
So yeah, it's gonna be a great series. I'm picking the Spurs in 7. I think they match OKC defensively, not better, but they are not far off, which has always
hmm
been OKC's big. OKC going into series, there's always been a big thing like, oh, we are far off better defensively than you.
yeah.
Offensively, I think the Spurs are as good as them or even better in terms of the overall roster and all. You have a guy like Julian Champagne who is a 3-point dead eye. You have
I
Keldon.
yeah, I agree with you, bro. But the 3 point question, I feel like you can put that on the Spurs as well. Like Castle, Harper, Fox,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
all of those guys are like questionable to like let
I,
leave them open 3 point
but those
shooters.
guys are creators. Why I'm not so
That's
worried
true. That's true.
about
Yeah,
them is they are
they'll drive on those like
yeah.
wide
So
open.
when I say
Yeah,
I'm not meant to say 3-point shooting, scoring, the scoring.
yeah. That's
Those
true.
guys can. If you look across the roster outside of Wemby, Fox can give me 10 plus. Castle can give me 10 plus. Keldon can give me 10 plus. Champagne can give me 3 threes.
Yeah.
Harper can give me 10. You get guys that, oh, you want to play us one on one. They actually have, it doesn't mean OKC has the talent to stop them
hmm
defensively in the half court. But that's my thing is, if there's a certain amount of occurrences that happens on both sides, who wins that battle? I think the Spurs win
Yeah.
that battle and all. So I think there are things here that I thought about it. And seeing the Lakers series was what, and I know everyone was like, oh, that's crazy. They swept the Lakers. I was like, no, I'm looking at, I knew they were going to beat the Lakers. Like there was no
Yeah.
doubt they're not going to beat. My thing was looking at what game plan JJ set and everything, and comment. I was like, man, I was like, this is what you should be doing. Like, let them play. Let
Mm.
Shea play 1v1. Let these guys, when they get the ball on a redrive or something, or
Mm-hmm.
beat us. Beat us one-on-one. Shoot.
You know what? I just remembered we haven't said this guy's name, and this is disrespectful that we didn't say his name. AJ Mitchell. That is
Oh,
a
that's a big
huge
deal.
X factor
That's
for
a big deal.
OKC.
That's a
Not
big deal.
only Jalen Williams, you're right. I just thinking
We
right now,
completely,
as you were saying,
we completely forgot.
again, the Lakers series, he was doing what Shea would do when Shea was sitting. He was
Can I just say
cooking
something?
them 1v1.
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
He was doing that to Austin Reeves.
Yeah, like he would. Well, yeah, but like he could do that to Fox. Harper is a good
Yeah,
defender, but
that's fair.
I mean, I think Harper. I think they're gonna like put Harper through the ringer, bro. Like on both sides, they're gonna force him to defend drives off Jalen Williams or Mitchell, and then on
Yeah.
offense, like here's Caruso in your face, here's Wallace in your face. Let's see how you can get past
One of
these guys.
one of the things that I liked that you mentioned, and I completely forgot because yeah, he was injured, is in this series on Jalen Williams is what LeBron is to OKC when they face LeBron. OKC has no physical
No
match
body, yeah.
for LeBron. Like if you remember when like OKC were coming up and all, they used to lose against the Lakers. Like the Lakers used to beat them, especially with the AD and LeBron time, because
Mm-hmm.
like LeBron was just, there was no sort of, even Jalen Williams on the team was not a match and all. And I'm looking at the Spurs team, and it's like this disparity of guards, Wemby connects.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
there's no small forward wing in that.
I think the one guy like you're gonna trust Carter Bryant as a rookie to be because he's a big dude,
He can't score, bro.
but
He can't
that's the
score.
thing. You're right. Yeah, he can't score
He
on the
can't
other end.
score.
So
I
I
don't.
think he'll have minutes where he plays and then they're gonna pull him right
They're
out
gonna
and
put him right out.
he's gonna have sections. He's not gonna be able to play a full
Yeah,
quarter type
yeah.
thing.
I don't know. Carter Brand is like, he's athletically, that dude is incredible.
Yeah,
I just don't see it yet. Maybe we're gonna be surprised. But
yeah. I think he'll have some
that
moments,
Jalen
but
Williams piece is a very important piece that you mentioned. That I think he's gonna have a, a as far as
I
he's
think he
healthy,
has to have a big
he
series.
has
He
to.
has to
And I
be
think if
the second guy.
if he's sorry, if he's healthy and all,
He better be. Bro got
I
a
think
whole month of rest, it feels like.
if he's healthy and all, I think he's gonna have a really, really, really good series. I don't know
Yeah.
if that would change the outcome, but I think obviously it's gonna play. It's gonna play a big part in the outcome and
Yeah.
all. So yeah, yeah,
I think if you have a lineup of like Shea, AJ Mitchell, Jalen Williams, Hartenstein, and Chet, that's a big lineup. That's a good defensive lineup. I think
yeah,
that that's a lineup that they might run the double big and then AJ. I feel like that might be like we need like this is a close game type of situation where you got three dudes who can off the dribble, drive, and then you got the two bigs for Wanyama. I think that might be an interesting lineup.
yeah.
Overall, I mean, there's so many players, so many, things we can talk about of how they're gonna guard Wemby, double, no double, like how they're gonna be able to guard all the guards. I think Fox is gonna have to be huge. He's gonna have to play like the guy he's being paid to be for the Spurs, and I don't see that happening
I
against
don't see
this
that happening.
OKC
They're
team.
gonna put the
So
fucking.
that's gonna be
They're gonna
very
put the.
interesting.
They're gonna put the freaking hound on him on Ludort.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Like
That's
yeah,
gonna be rough for
he's
Fox.
gonna be a. And I don't. Fox is a great player and all. I just
He
Ludort
doesn't
is
have the
a.
same
He doesn't.
speed and
Ludort
burst and
is
stuff.
Ludort is a hard matchup for these guards, and this is why
Yeah.
I've always said, like, I've always made jokes. I'm like, I find it so funny that, so for example, when Shea gets to go play, like I remember the Lakers series, I'm like, during the season, I'm like, bro, Shea's defenders are Luka, Reeves, I remember Smart was injured even when they played the regular season game and
Mhm.
all. Those are his matchups. And Luca gets to see Caruso. This
Yeah.
like it's
Dort,
just
Wallace, they get everybody.
they have every fucking person, bro. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I don't see Fox having a great series, man. It's
Nah,
gonna be
not at
like
all. Not at
except if
all.
he's ready to. Sometimes you may not have a great series, but you might still be able to. I've always said sometimes in the playoffs you just have to let it go. Do you want to have? Do you want to score 29 on 20 shots? Go about it. Like go figure it
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
At some
yeah.
point
They'll have to shoot it for
you
sure.
gotta have to shoot it and also but those matchups are just always like those guys are the one thing you have to always have when you face Ludort is can you match the strength? Can
Yeah.
you match the strength? Because when you match the strength, you can get Ludort off. Now he's doing dirty things. He's getting into foul trouble. That's why, like you see the Luka matchup with him and all. It's always a tough matchup for both guys, but you
At
have
least
like
Luca can match the strength and the
the
size.
strength and
Like
the physicality and
Harper,
all.
Fox,
Harper,
Castle, those
Fox,
guys can't. Yeah.
I don't see Fox having a great series. This I don't see. And he's also been up and down and all. And so yeah, we're going to see. Like we're going to see. But the Fox and Wemby pick and roll is a very important component for how the Spurs play and all. So we're going to see,
Yeah.
man. It's going to be a very interesting. I really want to see like first quarter. I'm watching what I'm talking about in terms of how Spurs are defending them. Like that's one
Yeah.
of the
How are
first
they
things that
defending? How is
how the Spurs are
OKC defending? How is
how
OKC
OKC are doing
scoring?
as Spurs
Like,
moving the ball, all those type of things.
yeah,
Bro,
the turnover battle.
once you start
Yeah.
moving the ball against, because it's like once you start having those live ball turnovers at half court and everything, it's
You
ridiculous.
can't.
And one of the
You
things I do
can't.
like, and it's something I started noticing, I don't like teams who have high pickup points for their screens. One of
Mm.
the issues I think the Lakers have had against the OKC is we're a bad transition defensive team, and our pickup points, sorry, no, the pickup points for OKC is dictated and is so
They
high.
dictate where it is. Yeah. So if you
No,
get
no, no. They're not
a
dictating where
turnover,
it is. In a way, in my opinion, they're not. You
okay.
are setting the screen
Oh yeah.
2 inches from half court. So
So then
now,
those turnovers can be a lot more
now,
deadly if they turn it over.
exactly, right? Think
Yeah.
about so now you're letting a team that is offensively challenged, some players, sorry, offensively challenged, to now run at you. The math is not matching you're a bad
Hmm.
transition team. Luca is, and if you think about it, Luca, Reeves are the ones initiating. They're not going to be able
Yeah.
to stop anything. Like it's not like LeBron's prime, where okay, LeBron can have a bad turnover in front of around the halfway line, and you know the block is coming, or
Yeah.
people are scared to go lay the ball off because
They're
he's
a
around
very
there.
they were a very poor
So
transition team.
and now I'm thinking about it. I don't think the Spurs. So that's going to be a little. Those are like margins that I started realizing when I was watching games. I'm like, I think the Nuggets did it against Denver too. Sorry, the Nuggets did it against the Wolves too. Why
Mm.
are we setting a screen like we're bad transitioning? Why are we setting the screen? The half court is lying here, and you guys are setting a screen here for Jody McDonald's and all these guys to DiVincenzo to rock around you, and now it's turnovers. It's turnovers. You're letting bad offensive
Yeah.
teams. You're letting bad offensive teams off the hook. Remember, we've said this about the Wolves also. Like, just don't let them get offensive transition against you. Let them play half court basketball
Yeah.
and live with that. And you will most likely come. So that's one thing that's going to be important. I'm going to watch. Like, where is the screens being set for Durham Fox and everything? Because yeah, I'm not saying the OKC are not going to be able to still get turnovers off you and all. But if we get it as close to their baskets, it means we're able to recover. We're meant to
Yeah.
recover
Yeah.
back in
A,
that.
a turnover all the way over there is a lot more deadly than one like deep in the paint because then at least
Yeah,
more guys can get back and
exactly,
like
right?
both of
So
these teams are good transition defenses, I believe. So like
exactly,
yeah,
exactly.
it's gonna be interesting to see how they
Those
both
those
handle
those
it.
margins, I it's something new I pointed, but the pick the everyone says, oh, this team is dictating the pickup point. No, I disagree. Teams' offensive schemes is what is dictating some
But
of
I
these.
also think that's because they're so worried about the defense. Like the Lakers, you don't want to set a pick and roll at the top of the key because you know everybody on OKC is right there in the paint. They don't mind leaving their guys open. They'll go in and double the guy, the roller,
Yeah,
whatever. You kind of have to go all the way back there to at least give yourself some more
room.
space. But then, you are setting up yourself
You
up for a
you pick and
possible
choose that.
turnover like that.
Yeah, you pick.
Yeah.
I think the high pickup points are always the high screens, high screen and roll are good for great strong ball handlers like
Yeah.
Luka, like LeBron, like Harden in
And
his
good
prime.
rollers and stuff
Yeah,
as well
those guys and
too.
all and stuff like that. Not
Because like if you can imagine, you wouldn't like trust Jackson Hayes to roll against this OKC
or
team deep
or
in the
finicky
paint and
or
stuff.
finicky hands,
Yeah, yeah,
DeAndre
true.
Ayton
Like
and all. So yeah, they're going to be little things and all. I think these teams are evenly matched, not in terms of like they're different pieces that one has an edge over the other, but I just don't think it's too far away from
yeah,
each other
I
and
would be
all.
surprised. Like this has to go 6 or 7
I think
game. I
I
think
think
it could go
that
7.
if it doesn't go six, then
Then
someone has dominated their
yeah,
opponent.
someone has put their stamp on it, either Shea or Wemby or
Yeah.
somebody else. But
Yes.
I think this is gonna be a great series. I would
Awesome.
say OKC in 7. I just think that this is gonna be a real challenge for just the young guys like Harper, Castle, Fox. Like all of these guys are gonna be facing A plus defenders
Defenders.
every single time,
Yes.
and I think that this is a series where we see like, hey, the playoff experience thing in the past has always been needed. Like, no young team wins their first time in the playoffs. OKC lost their first time in the playoffs being a good team. Like, they had to go through some heartbreak. Spurs, with Wemby, it feels like they can transcend that and they still can win this series. But I think, like, I'm not worried about Wemby and what he's going to do. I'm just more so worried about all these other guys facing the level of defensive guards that they're going to face on every single possession.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I'll go OKC in 7. You go Spurs in 7.
2007.
Yeah, either way, this is gonna be a great series. I
Great
want to talk
series.
about real quick the Timberwolves' future because this feels like okay. This team went to the Western Conference Finals 2 years in a row. They went to 6 games in a decent series against the Spurs, but Ant was banged up. DiVincenzo was out. It kind of feels like I heard people say like this is their window. Can they get over this hump? Because they've lost to OKC, and the Spurs, and those teams aren't going anywhere. Like we're all projecting, like
Mavericks, OKC, Spurs.
yeah,
Yeah.
but the
I have a question for you.
yeah.
Was there ever a window open? I never,
Well, I
in
mean,
my
window as in
opinion,
like there's like they
did
they
we
have this stretch right now with Ant and
so
Gobert's defense and all that stuff where
did
they
we
are.
ever go into a season
Well,
thinking
no,
the Minnesota Timberwolves are winning the championship and we're so clear? I never
well,
thought
no,
I never
yeah.
thought
But
I
do you
never
think
thought
do you see I'm setting up like do you see a future where they can get over this hump because it feels like
I
the
think
way
so.
Randall played was
I think so.
terrible. Do you think Randall's going to be on this team?
I think so in terms of roster construction. They have to change their roster construction. And I
Yeah,
know
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
they love
saying.
the guy.
Like,
So someone like Randall has to go.
yeah,
I
but
know.
like, what are you going to get back for Randall?
I don't know. Go figure it out. I'm not the GM. I've not thought about it. That's why I'm kidding. But
Yeah,
I'm just saying, someone like Randall has to go. I think people might hate it and all, but I think you have to reconfigure what this offense is and
yeah, for
all.
sure.
So obviously, you keep Jaden McDaniels. Fine, obviously. But I think you may want to have conversations about Rudy Gobert too and all. Because what is like what like okay, you get great defensive numbers every regular season. You get like he's going to you guys you fall off a cliff defensively without Rudy. Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay, how can we take Rudy out of this equation and bolster our defense in some sort of way? Maybe cheaper in that position We lose obviously this great generational defensive player, but offensively we are optic. We can no longer continue not having a point guard that is an
Yeah.
actual point guard with this
Yeah.
ant offense and
Absolutely.
everything. We can no longer. So I feel there's two guys that can give you picks, players, and all, and you use that and reconfigure your roster because then they can get the roster to some. I've just not thought about the Wolves in terms of roster construction, but you can get a better offensive team. You can get a team that are going to also be uh, defensively okay, like not average. I'm saying like still really good. You have Jaden McDaniels, you have Anthony Edwards. Losing
Mm-hmm.
Gobert for me should not be. Ant was not that good defensive player this year. I know no one really talked about it too much, but he was
Yeah.
he was one
Yeah. He
way.
wasn't.
He was one way this year, and all right. So
Yeah.
get a point guard, get a big time playmaking, defensive minded point guard and stuff, and run with DiVincenzo from the bench. Run with
That's such a big loss though, because he's gonna be
yeah,
out like all year.
yes,
Like,
yes.
yeah.
So I, I think
I'm
I,
just
I think
saying, like, in terms of like,
there's a path for. I genuinely believe in Ant. I think this is
yeah.
someone. I think this is someone that can rise to the challenge. My only biggest issue is everyone wants to make him way better than he actually is, and all because we see these playoff games. I see some of these numbers. I'm like, a lot of the guys that you guys say he's better than will not survive having
I mean,
these
this
numbers.
playoff run wasn't his best, coming off like the knee
The
injury and then
injury,
getting
yes, yes,
injured
yes,
again. Like,
yes.
he was
But
obviously
I'm saying,
limited in that way.
I want to believe that Anthony Edwards can be a leader and someone that can show up when the time, and I think he's shown that in his young career. I think they need to be like, we tried this, we've had more success since Kevin Garnett left. We've had
Yeah.
awesome playoff series and all, but let's reconfigure this roster. This
Yeah. Yeah.
what they have is not taking them anywhere. I have never thought this construction was ever a championship contender.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
And I think they need
But
to.
I mean, and the fact that they did make it that far
It's
proves that they
awesome.
are a good enough team.
Yeah.
And then now it's like, okay, what's next? Because it kind of feels like Randall can't be here. Gobert is awesome, but Gobert against Wembanyama was just like yuck. And then
The only
against
reason why
OKC, we saw them struggle. And those
the
are the
only
two
reason
teams that are going to be there forever.
we keep saying forever. We know how these things end.
Well, yeah, I know, but
We
it does feel a
three,
bit different with
years,
these
3 years
guys.
ago we were saying the same thing about the Celtics. Like literally, like we
Yeah, I
we always
suppose.
we always overestimate how long these runs are going to be. I think OKC is the
Yeah.
one team that has so much picks,
But
so much.
I feel like the Spurs are like right up with them
No,
just
no, no, no.
based off
I don't
Wembanyama.
disagree. I don't disagree, but
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
saying every
No,
single time we
yeah,
think,
I saw some people say like the next 6 championships are
yeah,
gonna be
I'm
OKC or
like, bro,
Spurs. I don't know, man. We're not
I'm
playing
like, bro,
2K.
this stuff, this NBA changes so freaking
Yeah,
fast in our eyes.
very fast.
And I think the Wolves can be one of the reasons why that can change to like accept that we've had a great run and everything, but we need to reconfigure our roster. We want to make we need to streamline our offense. We need to have a better offensive team. We keep Naz Reid, we keep Jedi McDaniels, we keep Ant, we keep DiVincenzo because obviously he's injured, or we keep Shannon Jr. and all the other guys. You gotta go, man. We can Randall and Gobert. There are a lot of people in the league that are going to convince themselves about those two guys. We're always going to have that.
Randall, I don't know, but yeah, that is
No,
very
trust me.
interesting.
DeAndre Ayton could get the home. Julius Randle would get the home, and all. And yeah, go change the construction of roster. Rudy, we might need you in the Lakers. You know, Luka will change your life, bro. You just get easy alleys
Bro,
and all.
you guys, you would get so mad at Gobert every single game he misses.
I don't want to. I'm just kidding, bro. The guy is
Yeah.
offensively challenged, and
Bro, yeah.
offensively challenged. That's why Denver should be ashamed of themselves. They made Gobert look like a good offensive player.
Bro, Denver is so funny. I
And
can't
for
believe that they
Denver,
lost that.
they're going to go into another playoff.
Like their window is their window.
Their window is their
Done.
window, but they need to reconfigure their roster. There might be
everybody except Jokic is on deck.
And I
Like,
think it's so sad, but I think they may have to let AG go because AG is not because he's bad. AG is
He just can't be healthy. He just hasn't been
physically
healthy.
no. And
Yeah.
again, what Denver wants him to do is also so difficult because he plays the 5 for them. He plays the 5 for them when
Yeah.
Jokic is out of the
Yeah.
game. There's so much. He's the backline defender. There's so much
Yeah. He's
like
such a perfect match for
he's a
them, but
perfect match.
they're asking so much, and his body in the past few years has shown that it might not be able to like handle that and be able
Yeah,
to play
right.
as much as he needs to be.
Go test the waters. What would Denver ask for AG if you're the Wolves? Get Aaron Gordon on your team. Get Aaron Gordon on your
Randall
team.
on the Nuggets would be hilarious.
As your number 4. Jaden McDaniels as your 3. Get a point guard. Like there's a way they can change this roster for Denver too, right? For Denver too, because
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
AG. The only reason why I'm saying trade is just because he might be the most valuable piece that they have that they can let go right
Yeah.
now.
I feel like Jamal Murray might be.
I just don't know what the replacement is for
Yeah.
Jamal.
Yeah. I don't know. Because
Who is
whatever,
the
you're
person?
not getting anybody better than him, but it's
Yes.
like, is there a
Who is the
way,
person?
like,
Who
is
is the
there a way
person
for
in
this
the
team to be better with him?
who is the person in the market and all that is going to take that place for Jamal?
Yeah.
Like
I don't
who's
know.
that person? And I think we're so hard on Jamal Murray when he has this tough series and everything. But bro, man, that team, like he's having to like DiVincenzo is on him. And you can see like him taking the ball off from the half court. Like he loses, there's so much energy spent just because he needs to get away, get to half court and
Yeah.
all and all. And I'm like, for me, Jamal Murray as a player, I don't like expectations dictate how we view players. And I think he's exceeded expectations in his career that
Yeah. That's fair.
yeah, he has this bad series and everything, or have bad shooting games and all. But I'm just watching that game. I'm like, I didn't expect any better because, like, damn, like what he's having to deal with.
Yeah, I said, remember Jamal Murray versus Jaden McDaniels is going to be a huge matchup, and Jaden McDaniels took that and just like destroyed him. Two more things. What are your percentage on Jaylen Brown being on the Celtics next year? How confident
A
are
bit
you that he's
high,
going to be there?
a bit high. I'm not so. I think it's just the drama news cycle. I don't see. Is
Yeah,
it? Can you ask me this in
but
2028? 2028, they don't achieve their goals and everything. Who knows,
by
right?
then it might be too late, bro. The contract that Jaylen Brown can sign is
Jesus
absolutely
Christ.
ridiculous, bro.
Wait,
Like
can
70 million.
sign? He's already
Yeah, he can.
signed. He's already signed for 80 million or what? What do you mean can sign?
Isn't he? I'm pretty sure he's
He just
eligible for
signed
an
a new contract
extension.
last year.
Did he? No, Jaylen
Was
Brown
it, he has
contract.
the highest contract in the league, right? 80 million some or so.
Oof. Yeah, no, he
Four,
is.
405.
Average annual salary of 57. No, you're okay. No, yeah. I guess what I mean is like I feel like it might be best for the Celtics to get off of that.
Nah, I don't.
I don't know.
I think everyone is kind of exaggerating the Jalen. I'm not even a big Jalen Brown guy and everything, but it makes no sense for the Celtics.
If you get Giannis,
Ooh.
if you get Giannis, I think that's the one guy.
Giannis and Tatum is going to be crazy.
Yeah, if you
Giannis
can
and
get
Tatum,
that, I would do that. But anybody else, I feel like is not worth it. And then last thing, did you see that the Pelicans are hiring Jamal Mosley as the head coach on a
someone
5-year contract, bro?
someone said
5 years?
Jamal Mosley is cooling, bro. That dude has a 2-year contract left with Orlando, and he just got 5 years from the Pelicans, bro.
Bro, that is crazy bad getting for him, which is really crazy considering how bad the Magic season went and all that. I'm not a fan of it for the Pelicans, but the Pelicans are a mess. Anyway, that is the conference finals. Start tonight. Gave our predictions. Yeah, man, I think that this is going to be I think both series are going to be very fun. I think
going to be really fun.
I think Cavaliers are still going to put up a decent fight. I think the Knicks are going to win, and then all OKC Spurs, this is going to be, we're all hoping that it is, but this is going to be generational, hopefully first of many. But yeah, man, that has been the pod. Thank you everybody for watching. Guys. Like, subscribe, check out all the social medias, whatever.
Yes.
And yeah, keep pushing the pace.
Keep pushing the pace. Keep pushing the pace.
Take care, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.